Welcome to the Arsenal show. We are live and it's the post-match reaction of Arsenal's 1-0 victory against their London rivals Chelsea. Questions are asked. They said this was another test and Arsenal dealt with it very, very well. Chelsea put up a bit of a challenge, but overall, you'd have to say that Arsenal fully deserved the 3 points in the end. A goal from Gabriel Magalhaes, a player that many people have questioned, a player that in I think it was Jamie O'Hara's combined 11 for Chelsea and Arsenal. It was the only player that didn't get in for Arsenal. Otherwise, it would have been a full Arsenal team in there. And who came up to show people that he deserves to be in there? But Gabriel Magalhaes himself. Before we go on, please like and subscribe. Let everyone know that you're enjoying the show. Let everyone know that you're watching this one. Let everyone know that you're here to celebrate our victory. Get in the comment sections. Let us know what you've got to say and let us know what you think about the game and who was your man in the match. I'm joined by Steve K. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, how you doing, mate? Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Great win. That's how you control. That's how you control a football match against a top six team away from home. For me, there was some. Do you know what I mean? We'd never really got going on the first half, but I didn't feel Chelsea really caused us any problems. But you go away, you play a top six team, right, and you dominate them from start to finish, and that's what we did today, and that's what you have to do. And I thought we was. First half, like I said, we'll get into the ratings. There was times when I thought players again, like last week when I thought so they could have done a bit better. But look, overall, mate, fantastic. Sitting back on the top of the league, we had to react from Man City's, penalty in the last minutes, but yesterday. But this team's coming together now. It's a great side. When I see the lineup, it was one of the first times I looked at that lineup and I thought, wow. That put the fear factor into anybody. And, seeing top of the league again. Next.
Yeah. Funny, I see Rio Ferdinand as well there. I like Rio. Don't think I don't remember everything you say, mate. You were laughing. You were snickering at Arsenal a few weeks back about potentially in this title challenge or talking about players that Arsenal might potentially be able to bring into the team. And now all of a sudden you're trying to say that there's something different about this Arsenal team. There's a steeliness. There's so come on, mate, make up your mind. You with us or against us? You should be with us. This is your last opportunity, people, to say that Arsenal are doing something. Arsenal are turning the corner because I'm coming for you. I'm not going to forget who you are. Every single last one.
I tell you what. These people that are saying this is from other clubs, from pundits. I thought about this today. You do not want Arsenal getting top four. You do not want Arsenal getting top four because we're the biggest team in London, right? We play at the Emirates Stadium, right? And you remember what happened in 2006 when we started getting the team together from 98 to 2006, right? We more or less dominated, right? So you do not want us getting fourth. And I think that's why they say it. They're scared. They're getting scared now. They're getting worried because they know all the top players will start wanting to come to Arsenal. Now I'm still saying if we can get into that top four. If we do, be afraid. Be very afraid.
They're worried because they've been mugging Arsenal off for the last few seasons. And when there was massive strides being made last season, they were still not buying into it. So, and they were still saying Banter FC and all this and all that rubbish. So, the reason why they're trying to hold back on saying that this is it, this is Arsenal doing something, is because they're worried they're going to look stupid.
Yeah, we're buzzing. We're buzzing. We can see got loads of people watching. Just get in the comments. Let's have a party. We're coming to him.
All right. So let's get on to the player ratings now. Arsenal dominated possession a lot of that game as well. Aaron Ramsdale.
You had nothing to do, mate. We'll come to our defence next. But, they give him a day off today. And he did have nothing to do. But I'm still going to give him a 7 for just being on the pitch. So... yeah, I'm not going to give him 6s or 5 because he never done nothing. for me, he gets a 7 today.
Aaron Ramsdale gets a 7. William Saliba got man of the match from
Did he
Sky
get?
Sports. Yeah.
Did he get man of the match? Yeah, I mean, what more can we say about this guy? He was absolutely outstanding today. I mean, from start to finish, he's wins everything. His pace, his time on the ball. I mean, we're comparing to people like Virgil van Dijk, and we put in the two together. He's better than Virgil van Dijk now. I'm still hearing people putting Virgil van Dijk in their top 11. Just get out of here. Get out of here. He is the best centre back in the Premier League, bar none, at this moment in time. He has got everything. There's centre backs who can tackle, but can they do everything? No, this guy done everything, and he done everything on the pitch today. Totally understand man of the match. Fantastic performance. 9 out of 10.
9. Gabriel.
Yeah, just as equal. I mean, equally as good. Obviously, Saliba probably was on the ball quite a little bit more than what Gabriel was. So he stood out a little bit more from that. But if you're looking at the whole game, he's tackling, he's heading, he's winning of the ball, he's passing. He didn't make any mistakes at the back there. Everything he was eating up. Just excellent, and he was there at the death for his goal. And I think the partnership now that he's got with Gabriel Saliba at this moment in time is the best in the Premiership. There's no question about it. We're sitting at the top of the table, and just look how many goals that we've let in this season. Probably I think it's the second best, next to I think Newcastle. To be fair to them, but excellent today. Very important goal. So I give him an 8.
All right. 8 for Gabby Mega Hayes. If you are watching live and if you are new to the show, press that subscribe button now. Press that like button. Join us in the comment section as well. Get your player ratings in before we do as well. Gabby with the 8. Ben White.
Yeah, Ben White. Again, absolutely fantastic. Again today. Again, didn't have any problems. Just done a really good Ben White performance. Loved the little nutmeg he done on Mason Mount. That was fun. Got forward a lot. Again, just an excellent right back performance. He's made that position his own. It was unlucky in the first half with a shot. Could have scored. He just scuffed it a little bit. But that was, I thought that was quite unlucky. But again, excellent for me. I give him an 8.
Ben White with an 8. Zinchenko getting the nod over Kiratini.
Yeah, I thought he was a little bit off the pace at times during the game. I don't. Sorry, I'm laughing at something. we might work out why. Just a little bit off the pace today at times, but he was good. First half, he was, you can see how a little bit different he is to Tierney. I don't know if you thought he was a little bit off the pace.
Yeah, no, he was, but I felt like it was very similar to when he came back in against Man United.
Yeah.
He was just off it.
Yeah, again, he was like caught up going forward a couple of times. I just think he was, again, like you said, he was a bit, similar to the way he played when he come back from an injury before. But still, I thought he done well. He come forward, linked with Jesus well at times. Like the way that he sort of makes that extra midfield player a lot. I still give him a 7.
Mm-hmm. All right, 7. Granit Xhaka.
I love this guy. You know that, but I just love it. I thought he was outstanding again today. His link up play, the three midfield players. I thought their link up play was incredible today. They absolutely walked through that Man City midfield. They couldn't live with them. But Xhaka's passing, Xhaka's getting forward, Xhaka's just all round, just passion for that he was showing on the pitch. At the end there when he was he had little ruckus. He knew exactly what he was doing. He's not he was slowing the game down, and you could see he was laughing. But I love it. I love all that. I love it. And it was great to hear him have his interview at the end of the game on BT Sport. And the crowd singing his name was deafening. It's good that the Arsenal fans have finally seen what he's capable of. For me, he gets an 8 today.
Thomas Partey.
Yeah, just absolutely incredible, mate. They was talking about at one point in the game where they said that they're giving Thomas Partey too much space, and he was turning them easy, and they was giving Partey too much times on the ball. I don't know what they're talking about. I really don't know what these people talk about sometimes. There was 3 people around him at some times, and he was just twisting and turning, Cruyff turning. His passing was excellent today. He's winning the ball back, putting his foot in, winning the ball, playing it off to Xhaka or Odegaard was unreal. He is world class on his day, this bloke, and yeah, he's got to get an 8 for me.
Thomas Partey.
Oh, sorry, I don't know what's up, Kieran. Sorry, and yeah, as I speak, here he is.
All right, Odegaard.
I thought Odegaard really played well today. I've seen a few people say he was quiet. I didn't think he was quiet. I didn't think he was quiet at all. I thought he was excellent. I thought in the first half, I thought he was actually one of our better players. I thought he linked up excellent, like I just said, with Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka throughout the game. I like the way he was getting forward more. He was causing problems. He was trying things that that they wasn't coming off, but he was trying things. He was a couple of times he had shots which probably a more confident Martin Odegaard would have put away, or even though he scored an absolute crack last week. But I thought he did really well today, and I'll give him a 7.
7. Saka.
I thought he was for the first half, Kieran. I thought he was quiet. I thought he was just off the pace to get similar to Zinchenko. Just couldn't get going for me. But second half, he was a lot better. Great corner, obviously for the goal. Brilliant, put on a plate for Gabriel. And I think he was a lot better. I still think he might not have been fully fit. Looking at his performance today, it always cause problems, Saka. Whether you can turn around and say he's had a good game or a bad game, it always cause problems for you. I think it's because I just expect so much from him now that I look sometimes at his performances and I think maybe you could have do a little bit better. But Cucurella and him it was like a battle between them today. Sometimes Saka was winning them, sometimes Cucurella was winning them. But he was a lot better the second half. and I'll give him a 7.
7 for Saka. Martinelli.
Yeah, just fantastic, Martinelli. He was getting a little bit carried away in the second half. That's for sure. Sometimes he was running back with the ball. I think there was an occasion where he got the ball like right in the final third, and he ended up in the first third where the defenders were. And I thought, how'd you get back there? So I think sometimes he gets to get a bit crazy. I think he might be thinking he was going the wrong way or something. But overall, throughout the game, he's just a constant threat. And the first half, he had. I thought he had Asmaqueta like really run ragged. I just don't think he could live with him. And again, through the whole match, the whole 90 minutes, he just never slows down. Just thought we had I thought we did really well today, and I give him 7.
Right, 7 for Martinelli. Gabriel Jesus should have scored. Could have got 2.
Yeah, she could have got 2. I think the best way to describe his performance is very similar to last week, when he does everything but score. It seems that we all know that his work rate is incredible. The winning of the ball. I mean, even though he's not scoring, you could really say he's still winning us points. When you score a goal, you can say, we scored so many goals this season and he's won so many points. He's winning us points without scoring goals, because what he does up front is incredible work rate. And if he's not scoring goals, he's making goals. Or what he is, he's getting involved in that third ball, or the first ball out of the, before the assist is made. He's all over the place, and for me, mate, he gets an 8 today. He should have scored. He should have scored the header. It was a really great cross from Martinelli, and he should have put that away. And there was another one, I think, the keeper saved, which maybe he could have put in the corners. But still a very good performance today, mate. I think he's still got to get an 8. If I'm giving Saka and Martinelli 7. They didn't score, so he didn't score, but I think he was just that level above them today as well. So I give him an 8.
8 for Gabby. Kieran Tierney came on.
Yeah, I thought Kieran Tierney came on. He did well. He didn't have long, did he? He had about 15 minutes. I felt that maybe he would have come on a little bit earlier, because, like I said, I felt Zinchenko struggled a little bit at times. So I thought maybe a 10 minutes earlier, give him a good run out. But when he came on, he did well. Again, I must say this about Kieran Tierney. He's been fantastic since Tomiyasu started playing out on the left, and so Zinchenko. He's not dropped his levels, Kieran Tierney, and if anything, he's upped his levels for me. He's got even better by sitting on the bench, which shows what a great attitude and a great character, and what an important member of the squad this guy is. Just as important as any of the 11 on the pitch. So a really high sort of a collaboration of what he's done over the last few weeks. This mark's going to be so. I'm going to give him a 7, which is high for me for subs. He was only on 15 minutes, but I just feel what he's done over the weeks, he needs to be applauded. He will get his chance, and I'm sure once he does, he'll stay in.
All right. Mohamed El Neni.
Yeah, he did. I didn't feel like he was on for long. Standard 5.
And Rob Holding.
Yeah, again, standard 5.
All right. And Mikel Arteta.
Mikel Arteta, I mean, picked the right side. Probably could argue with Zinchenko on form. Possibly could say is our strongest side. Could have started with Kieran Tierney. Would Kieran Tierney have had a better game? Possibly. But we've probably you could look at it and say on the other hand that it was a good game to bring Zinchenko in, and he got fit, and he'll be even better the next game because I'm sure he'll start. Yeah, it's got to be 1-0 win, clean sheet, away from home, get into top 6 side. It's got to be a 10 out of 10.
All right, like it gets a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for Mikel Arteta. And what we got? We got next. So only two games left for the World Cup.
Wolves, isn't it? Wolves, isn't it? Is it Wolves next? Is that the last one, isn't it? Last one's against Wolves. Or is it? Yeah,
game against Brighton. Brighton
and Wolves.
In midweek on Wednesday. And then it's Wolves on the Saturday, and that's the last game before Christmas. I mean, I think it was a few weeks back I said if we could beat Liverpool or get something out of the Liverpool games, it'd be nice to go unbeaten by the end of before we go to the World Cup. And we're pretty close to that. Yes, we dropped points against Southampton, but if we can get those points against Wolves, we're putting ourselves in a very, very strong position coming into the new year, coming into those big run of games in the second half of the season. We don't know how the other teams are going to come back. We don't know how we're going to come back, but we're putting ourselves in the best position, and that's what we need to be doing.
Yeah, we're having a lot. There's been the conversations are starting, aren't they? Especially from the the TV pundits now. I think they're starting to wake up a little bit and realise that we ain't just going to be around for a few games, and because our standard hasn't dropped now for what's this now? Was that our 12th game? Was it or 13th game? And it hasn't dropped.
It's the 13th game, and we are currently 9 points ahead of the team that Gary Neville said that we're in that bracket of. So Gary Neville out there saying that Arsenal are in the same bracket as Newcastle because that's what the bracket that Man United are in. So you've tried to pull Arsenal in there because you've been calling us banter club for however long. Now, you need to start humbling yourself and eat some humble pie with this one, mate, because we ain't in the same bracket as Newcastle. Because unless you're saying Newcastle are in this title race, then you're talking absolute nonsense, mate. So it may be a bitter pill to swallow to talk about Arsenal in the same conversations as Manchester City this season, but the table ain't lying, and we're nearly halfway through the season. All right,
it's fear. It's that fear, isn't it? It's that fear. He's at the beginning of the season. He laughed and he scoffed at the odd couple of people like Micah Richards, for instance, who were turning around and saying this is different Arsenal. You don't know what you're talking about. You got to look at this team now. What'll happen with injuries? Look, nobody knows. You can say that about every side. And Gary Neville scoffed, and Roy Keane scoffed, and Graham Souness scoffed, and Jamie Redknapp scoffed. But there was Jamie Carragher, and there was Micah Richards who said, "Look, you better start waking up because this is a different animal now." But they laughed and they laughed. Well, just keep laughing. Keep laughing. But
all right. Go on.
Yeah, no, it's just that we're not saying we're going to win the title. We're not. I said at the beginning of the show, if we finish top 4, I take it now.
Yeah, 100%. Look,
maybe. Sorry, go on, mate. Yeah.
No, we said a while ago. I said on the show that the rhetoric and the will change. Look, they were building up Arsenal, saying Arsenal in the title race, Arsenal in the title race, trying to bait Arsenal fans into to saying certain things when it was about 5-6 games in. It was like, chill out, just wait until we're at a decent point in the season where we can actually answer this question. And now you're already seeing on the radios that they're turning around and saying, if Arsenal only finish top 4 and don't win a trophy, is that a failure? So they're already starting to throw in those lines about failure, Arsenal, putting doubt in people's heads. When remember the goal was to finish top 4. That's the goal, and that should still be the goal now. Yes, it'll be great to have a title challenge, but we can't forget the initial target, and that's getting back in the Champions League. That's what's the most important thing. And that's not turning, shying away from any title race or anything like that. It's not. Don't even try and twist it like that. I'm just saying, don't move away from what the initial goal was, which was Champions League football. If we get that, that's all that's important. I mean, the title race is a bonus.
What we got to remember is that, you know, if you are talking about a title race, you're talking about getting past Manchester City, you know, and that's not just Arsenal, that's, you know, all the sides that are underneath. Yeah, and Manchester City are a machine that's been, you know, brought together and built by Pep Guardiola now for the last, you know, 6 years, however long he's been there. I'm not too sure how long Pep's been there at Man City. And now they're the finished article. And that's what Arsenal got to do. They've got to try and get past the finished article at really the first attempt of really people starting to step up and turn around and say, oh, this team could do something. But we're still young. We're the youngest team in the Premiership by age. So, you know, if they do win, if they do go on and have a challenge, then fantastic. And that's an incredible season. But, you know, I think Arsenal fans should look at, you know, next season and the season after. It's important that we keep on, you know, sort of in every window by a couple of players. That's what happens with the successful sides. What I'm hearing, it looks like a couple coming in January. But we just have to keep that. Just please back him. You know, if Kroenke's watching the show today, keep backing because it's mega important that because one thing I will say about Arsenal is that we still, if you look at our bench, it's not strong enough, kids. I don't know what you think, but it's just not. It doesn't feel strong enough to me when you look down the line and think, you know, you could see with another couple of faces in there.
Yeah, no, we definitely need to make additions to the squad. It's light in a few places. We've said that for a while. We said that people need competition and they need backups to those positions as well. So no, there's definitely room to add players and bring through some of those youngsters that are currently probably out on loan as well. So that takes time. That's not something that you can do in one season or in one window either. Ryan says Arsenal are a better side in their own half. They need to be more clinical. Right now, you could probably have that argument.
Today they was, I think you could say that today.
Yeah, they definitely do need to be more clinical. We've seen games in recent weeks where we've rude missed chances and it's come back to bite us in the backside, like especially against Southampton. So no, I definitely agree there. All right, that is all we have time for. Make sure you join us every Tuesday, 8 p.m. for everything Arsenal on the Arsenal show. Big win for Arsenal. The next test was out the way. Now we've got to get those points against Wolves to go into the World Cup break on a high as well. Also, big game on Wednesday to make sure we keep all the other squad players happy as well. So it's a good opportunity to see some of those players on Wednesday. If you are new to the show, smash that subscribe button, smash that like, and let everyone know that you enjoyed the show. Potter, like Tuchel or any other coach, is going to be the same. Yeah, look, honestly, I feel for Potter because was it the right move for him? We all know that Chelsea is a poison chalice. We all know that Chelsea, they don't give their managers too much time. We might have thought that it would have been a bit different under Todd Bowley. I think his name is it?
Todd Bowley.
After Abramovich had left, but it seems like it's not the case. Tuchel was probably a surprise that he went, but how much did Cristiano Ronaldo, the decision that him not wanting Cristiano Ronaldo play into that? Keeping Thomas Partey is crucial. I thought it was excellent today. Very close for me to being man of the match. It's going to be like Moyes at Man U. Yeah, it could well be that way. It could well be that way, Sonny man. It's a very similar type of thing, not a similar type of style, but the fact that Potter's got to have his own style. He's got to bring his own players, and he's at a massive juggernaut of a club. And they're not very forgiving when it comes to dropping points. Like two losses back to back at a team like Chelsea, it's a big thing. 2 losses back to back at a team like Brighton, if you come and make up with a big win or a draw against a decent team, you're soon forgotten. But yeah, Chelsea is a completely different story. All right. If you, like I said, if you are new and you haven't joined us before on a Tuesday, make sure you come and join us live on a Tuesday. I think there's no Champions League this week, so there's no excuses, people. Make sure you press that subscribe button if you are new and press that like. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show today. Get your player ratings in the comment section as well. Thanks for joining us today, Steve.
Yep, lovely, mate. Thanks a lot. Pleasure.
All right. Peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands.